All right, everybody, before we get to today's video, I want to thank everyone who bought the poster. The winner of that contest, there's a little wheel so you can see it, was Patrick Clark. Patrick Clark confirmed him, and I pulled two backup winners just in case. I'll put them right here below. There's nothing for you. It's just to know that you were that close. I guess I would want to know if I would have come in second or third, but who wants to know they won the second or third lottery spot? The reason I pulled three names was just in case previous guys couldn't do it. They didn't have a passport or something like that. It could waterfall down to the next ones. But Patrick is going to end up coming. His passport is going to be good. He made an appointment. It was expired. He's going to make an appointment. I'm going to be driving, I believe, an 812 GTS in Italy when I go there. If anyone, this was an idea I had on Instagram, so I'm just going to throw it out there for anyone else. If anyone else has a car in Italy that's not a rental car, it could be a rental car, it could not be a rental car, that wants to trade me for when you come to the United States and you want to drive one of my cars, I'm open to that. And that's where the 812 came in. I just know that car's up at Lake Como, so logistics, I want to work it out, but I also want to potentially have backup plans. I'm looking forward to that. Otherwise, I'm going to rent a Porsche, BMW, something along those lines, a Ferrari Portofino. But the 812, mind blown. That's going to be a great car if I end up driving it. But if you have a car, you do plan on coming to the U.S. and you want to use one of my cars, I'm happy to do that swap for you. Rob Ferretti, thank you for watching this little prequel. Let's get to today's video. So as you age, you tend to lose your hair. It's statistics, right? You can't argue it. Some people get lucky, most don't. And that's where today's video sponsor Keeps is here to help you tackle hair loss and get on top of the problem before it impacts your life. Most guys start experiencing hair loss by the time they're 35. That's very young, and it's not a process that reverses itself. Now, would they like to keep their hair or regrow hair? Absolutely. And that's where Keeps is going to come in, and they're going to remove the hurdles that prevent most guys from treating the condition. Who likes the process of going to the doctor's office, the pharmacy, and standing in line for everything? Nobody. That's why Keeps, you can get good quality expert care without ever visiting the doctor's office or a pharmacy. All Keeps treatment plans are delivered straight to your door for about half the cost of a traditional pharmacy. Keeps is going to help you select the right products and treatments for your specific condition and hair goals, so you can create a routine that works for you, because products that you don't use are pretty much worthless. Easily subscribe to Keeps and get refill reminders so you'll never run low on the products you need to take care of your hair. So hair loss stops with Keeps. For a special offer, visit keeps.com/SSR. There's a link right below in the description. That's KEEPS.com/SSR. I put a link right below in the description. All right, so let's talk about Google Maps and how they cost me $1,200. Now, generally, a mapping software wouldn't cost you any money, but I've actually started trusting artificial intelligence more than I trust my own judgment. Now, I'm very good with directions, but when I was in Italy last month, doing the scouting for adventure drives, I was at Lake Como. The night prior, I drove down the lake, I had dinner, and it started pouring outside. I was like, oh, okay, well, passing shower. Didn't even know there was going to be rain. Next thing you know, it's like biblical. And I start driving back to my hotel after dinner. What is going on right now? Look at the storm. We're going to just send our rental car because this is real. This is what happens when you're on the side of a mountain. Like a waterfall, a trickle turns into a full-blown, what do you describe that as? I'm like, why is the tunnel shut down? It collapsed. In there is a pile of dirt, which is the side of the tunnel, which blew out. So now I have to U-turn. That's why all this like rocks and dirt that I'm driving over. This is wild. Does it not rain in Italy ever? One of the tunnels, the wall blew out. And I was like, whoa, that's not good. But it's very important roadways here. I wonder how quickly they're going to clear that dirt out and stabilize that tunnel so people can move through it again. So that was the road I had to then take the following day to get to the airport. The other road to go around would put me back up into Switzerland and come down, and it added like 40 minutes. I had plenty of time. I could have made that choice. I decided not to. And deciding not to was not my finest move because I was leaving the hotel. I had a 12:20 flight, leaving the hotel at 9 a.m. An hour away, I'd get there at 10, 2.5 hours before the flight. Golden. However, as I start going, I look at the GPS and not like what the estimate. I push start and it factors in any traffic going down Lake Como. And it told me it was going to be an hour and like 7 minutes. I'm like, all right, whatever. Hour and 7 minutes, I can deal with that. It's still quicker than going up and around. Start driving down, hit traffic. I'm like, oh, what is this traffic? And ended up looking something like this. Oh, that's not good for making a flight. The guy's running in front of the fire truck. And we've been sitting here for about 40 minutes already. There's that guy following the fire truck. That's a boss move. But like it's probably pretty little. I just gotta stop it. Well, I'm stuck in Italy for a day now. Yeah. 10:30. So 2 hours before the flight now. We've gone, I don't know, 5 miles, 10 miles in an hour and a half. This is fun. All right, not making a tremendous amount of progress here, but look, I love it. Every time I start recording, I move. But clearly that's not getting me very far because it's 11:02 and you're looking at the same houses there across the lake. And if everything goes according to plan, I should get to the airport just in time to wave my flight goodbye as it takes off. So backup plans are in effect. It turns out it's partly because of that collapsed tunnel, and then there was a car accident which ended up completely effing everything up because now I don't know, your only backup passageway is screwed. This is a hot mess. Life, not so fun right now. But we'll make the best of it. Look, I've been stuck on turnpikes and highways. I'd much rather be stuck here. Yeah, it's a sick Volvo, I know. This is pretty epic because like these people abandoned their Uber or whatever probably a half hour ago. And we keep leapfrogging where they pass us walking and then we eventually pass them. It's more comfortable in the car though. I don't want to drag my bag for miles. That guy needs a friend. This doesn't help. They were just scooping up that car up there with a flatbed. But it's loaded now. A tour of Como for anyone interested. We could start comparing how fast I run versus how fast I've moved. And I can firmly establish any other mode of transportation other than vehicle right now. I would be much further along. But that doesn't help me because I have to return my rental car. Whatever he said. I have to return the rental car, so walking, driving, flying doesn't help. And then by the time I get to the highway, obviously I would not go as quickly. Here we go again. See, when I say you can't fit double wides, we end up here. Oh, look at that little castle looking thing. But once we get that passed, then we keep going. Still nice. I mean, look, this is a lovely place to be. Call this a tour of Como with Rob. Well, he misses his flight, but the next flight, and hopefully I make that one, is 4 hours later, and it's going to cost me $1,200. Well, motorcycle to say not the worst thing that happened today. I'm gonna call this guy Einstein because he's got a very Einstein vibe to him. All right, so we're just gonna get out of here. Then this truck's gonna back up to where we were. And then that guy's gonna squeeze through, and that essentially unfucks this one clog. And I guarantee we'll be stopped again in 30 seconds anyway. All right. Let's wide this.
You're good over here.
Oh. Almost whacked the bottom of my mirror. See how far that gets us. That's a shit job today. Like, that makes you question your life choices when you have to drive a bus through this shit today. I mean, it sucks enough to be in the cars, but the bus is just a nightmare. All right. I feel like we've broken through here. And now 11:44. My flight was 12:20. It says now it's 56 kilometers, 48 minutes, which is more normal. And that is probably the longest traffic instance I've ever had to deal with in my life. And it is going to cost me some money, but you make the best of it, right? Life puts water on your windshield, you get the wipers. Then I had to end up buying a new flight because I missed my flight. I was in 2.5 hours of traffic for a road that I knew was going to be closed, or I figured was going to have travel issues, where I could have easily gone around, but after a certain point in time, I don't know what the issue is. I knew there was a car accident in addition to the tunnel collapse, but putting us down on that lower road and everybody gridlocking was an absolute nightmare. I swear to God, I could have walked that, whatever, 6 miles of driving quicker, but it took me 2.5 hours to go 6 miles because I knew better and I knew I shouldn't have trusted the Google Maps, but the map was accurate and I was like, all right, let's just, it says 1 hour and 15 minutes. It knows the tunnel had the issue. Maybe they just turned that thing around real quick. They didn't. Cost me money. I learned my lesson. And that's what you're going to run into if you ever go to this part of Italy. Because like Lake Como, there's nowhere to go. Your house is literally the front door of your house. You walk out, you have to look for cars before you step out. There's no like sidewalks or anything to deal with.
And I was able to see here, there's the conduit here has to be recessed into the wall about the height of a car so they don't rip it off because the roads are so tight.
That is just one of the challenges that they're always going to have because there's nowhere to expand the roads. So that's why they do have those tunnels and everything that go through with the bigger vehicles. It's not something that these smaller local roads are designed to at all handle larger cars, let alone 2 of them going in opposite directions. Rob Ferretti, thanks for watching. See one of you guys over in Italy because somebody won the contest. I'll see him in Italy and we'll document that. I'm going to bring, I didn't do a good job last time when the guys won, coming on the trip to Frankfurt and doing all that stuff. But this time I'm going to give this guy a camera and let him document his journey so you can see adventure drives through somebody else's eyes and what an incredible experience he's going to have. I'm super excited for him, but I'm looking forward to it. Rob Ferretti, thank you for watching. See you next time.